Hi there, my name is Deanna Byrne, and I am a certified and accredited international life coach. My practice places a focus on mindset, management, and limiting beliefs. I work with clients to define their goals and help them to shift their mindset so they can live their most authentic life with passion and purpose. Welcome to Pivot to Passion, my web-based information coaching series. This video today is the first in my new Healthy Boundaries series. This series is going to cover several different topics that will include boundary types, healthy boundaries and tips to get there and achieve those, self-care tips because self-care is paramount, and setting your own boundaries, and also fair fighting rules. Boundaries define what is acceptable and what is not in a relationship. It is possible to have different boundary types for different relationships, and it is possible to have some of the differing things that I'm going to cover in each boundary type move and flow. Nothing is static with boundaries. Everything can flow back and forth. So let's start and talk about porous boundaries. So some of the things that you will see from somebody who has porous boundaries, they will let almost anyone get close to them. They are overly trusting of strangers and other people. They tend to overshare personal information. They have a lot of difficulty saying no to other people, and they also tend to be overly involved with other people's problems. They tend to be quick to adopt other people's opinions, and they avoid conflict by simply giving in to other people. They don't tend to assert their own personal values. People with rigid boundaries tend to keep most people at a distance. They are very untrusting of other people. They're also very guarded with their own personal information, saying no to other people most of the time, and they tend to be detached from other people's problems. They also tend to ignore other people's opinions. They avoid conflict by simply pushing other people away. They have very inflexible personal values. They tend to also communicate very aggressively. Let's talk about healthy boundaries. So people who tend to have healthy boundaries are very selective about whom they let in and keep out. They tend to take time to build trust with other people and not just jump in. They share personal information appropriately when necessary and the amount that should be shared. They tend to be able to say no when they need to. And they can support other people without becoming too overly involved. They value their own plus others' opinions. They tend to accept conflict as a very normal way of life. And they tend to stand by their own personal values, but they can adapt quite well as well. And they tend to communicate quite assertively. So if you're struggling with any healthy boundary issues, please reach out. We can discuss what your needs are and develop the best roadmap for you to get you back into your own personal power. My contact information is in the toolbar below. Thank you so much for joining me for the first video in this series, and I look so forward to seeing you next time.